How you doing, everybody? Randy Richard in the shop. I'm doing a little bit of a project here, and what I'm doing is it's a long piece. It's easier to put it in the mill vise than clamp it to the table because it's round. Because I have to move it around a lot, so I don't have to fiddle with clamps. So I'm going to be using the small rose index. For the indexing that I need to do, I need to notch each end, and I need to cut a groove the entire length of this tube. So this makes it pretty quick and easy, and I'll show you how I'm using it here. So first off, we're gonna notch this. I already have the boring head set for the radius I want. It needs to match up on the same piece of tubing. This is just 3/4 EMT conduit, so it needs to match around that. So I already have it set. Setup blocks down here, the Fireball tool setup blocks, which are really nice because I can just easily quickly set a stand at the same height of the mill vise, 2 7/8, and I know it's right. I don't have to fiddle around with it. So these are great blocks. He has a special going on until the end of January, and you should check these things out. They're fantastic for millwork and such, or welding. I already have my boring head on center line. I'm going to put the rose index on now. So we're just going to slip that down here, and I'm going to align it with a square. This is a perfect job for the rose index setup here. And it's pretty simple, just up here with the square and snug it on. Now, I built the thumb wheels for it. It makes it a little easier than having to grab a wrench because it doesn't have to be that tight. So I made these quick little thumb knobs to go on the set screws, and it just, boom, it's ready to go. Now we'll just leave it there, and we're going to notch it, and then we'll cut the groove in it. Now I'm going to bring it up here, and I'm just going to quickly, roughly right there. I need to go in 1/4 inch. This is not a super precision thing, but I want it to come out nice. I want it to last, and I want it to fit. So what it needs to go into. I successfully did not record that. We'll see the other end. I'm going to turn it around now. I'll just pick it up. I don't have to worry too much about this. And just set it up here because we can re-zero that out. Take the square and just square it up. There we go. This thing makes it easy for this sort of work. Yeah, re-zero this. There. Alright, we'll set our tube out here about 3 inches or so. It doesn't vibrate much. And we'll reset our rose index like that. So that's in line with the side of the tube. And we're square. I'm going to come back and cut that last little bit off after I cut this portion of the groove. I'll come back and cut the end out. This helps give it a little stability for collapse. All right, now we're going to just flip this around. We're going to have to clean the chips out of there, but now we can take this off of here for now. And since I forgot to cut that out, we'll have to come back and get it. But I can cut all this one out. Alright, since I want to maintain my alignment, I'll just put this back on. We'll just turn it sideways so we have a good gripping point. Now I'll turn it this way. Now I can just remove it, turn it over. There, I think that pretty much showed the Rose Index of what it can do and how it can help you. That made pretty quick work of aligning the piece and getting that job done. Now we'll deburr it and we'll show you what it's for. Alright, here's the other two sides. And these will be welded together. Oops. These will get welded all together into a frame. So that all of these grooves line up like so, right? That's the idea. Now, what is this? This is going to be a square frame, of course. That's over there. This is over here, and I already have things kind of set up to weld. This is just a test fit up. I didn't need to clean off all the galvanized and first and all that, but I'm all set up here to weld on the table with a nice fixture table and my fireball fixturing and such to help me do all that. These are his new squares. These are really nice. I got those just for use on the table here because they're kind of small and they don't take up a lot of room and you can get them in the tight spots. So this is going to work out good. And we'll get these welded up into a frame. This is a furnace filter, replaceable furnace filter frame. The one he has is a piece of junk made out of aluminum, falling all apart. So I came up with this to be made of steel. We'll paint it, of course, and it should last a very long time. I'm going to put a crossbar in it to support the filter element, a little piece of flat bar in there, but this is what it's going to be. I got one of these for Christmas. My wife was really nice to me. This is a Milwaukee, what is it? Die grinder, battery die grinder, and I tell you, this is awesome. It is not too heavy. It's got plenty of power and stuff for quick jobs and here in the shop. Don't have to get an air hose out. I have a Rolock fixture on here for these Rolock pads, and this is the slickest tool, one of the slickest tools I've ever had. It has batteries, but they last a long time. Has a little battery indicator there, tell you charge. You know, boom, boom, 12, I think it's 12 volt lithium batteries. This is awesome. Worth every penny. Comes with 2 batteries and a charger. My son got one of these a few months ago, and he loved it. And I said I had to have one of those. That I need one of those. Yeah, if boy, check these out. Ken over at RRINTHESHOP, I can't say his last name. Chevelle 1970, I think is his channel. Did a review on one of these a few months back too, and yeah, these are awesome, just awesome. Has 4 speeds, and man, just awesome. I have it on low speed right now. Used it for, I deburred all this stuff with this thing, and just slick as can be. Like I said, it's not heavy. The weight is just right, actually. There we go. Well, the frames are welded, cleaned, painted. Even put little wire handles that fold down inside, so you can remove the filter easily, and they'll push in because there's not a lot of clearance, so they should be okay. We might have to adjust those, but that should work out. And I made some 3D printed caps for the end of the tubes even. I still have to put them in the other one. But these came out awesome. This one still needs to be done, but all the welding came out good. All the grooves line up in the corners, and so and the middle bar for support of the filter, so we can just stuff the hog's hair in the groove there. You just have to use this nice little plugs here and pound those in. They go in there, they're pretty tight, so that they won't fall out, that's for sure. This one here, I put the plugs in and then painted the plug, so it really came out good. I'll paint the other one too. All right, well, they're ready for the furnace. Thanks you guys for watching. And it was a good little project. I made 2 of them. So he has one to have ready all the time. And I think these are going to work out great. We'll catch you guys in the next one.